Blowing it good.
That was a cute little hot Mesa.
That was.
She fills up this whole back of the trailer.
Yeah. It's built for her with an extra stall.
Taz, Josie, and Rooster are all sad that they don't get to come today, but I gotta take turns. Today we're focused on taking Mesa out for her very first time. She's been off our property before, but we've never ponied her up in the mountains. It's gonna be more like in the foothills today because there's way too much snow up in the mountains, but this should be good for her. We're gonna put her little bareback pad on her and take her out. She can learn how to stand patiently in the trailer without pawing, and it'll be great. So that should be pretty fun.
All right. Today is going to be an awesome day. It's a big day for us. Well, today is actually going to be Mesa's first ride off the property. So I'll be riding Reata and leading Mesa. We don't even get to start Mesa until summer of 2027. But today we're going to start exposing her to a little bit of like open country and a little more mountainous terrain, and just start getting her off the property and getting her used to being ponied around and all the stuff that goes with it, wildlife, wild horses, cattle, stuff like that. So today's a big day for us. We're excited. I'm a little bit nervous. We haven't been riding a lot. We've been doing a ton of editing and working and getting caught up on stuff. So I haven't ridden Reata in quite a while, but I think it's going to go well. Reata is a great mule, and Mesa is doing really good with her groundwork. So I think it's time to get her out in the hills. So here we go.
Well,
Oh, you did it.
yeah, you're a mess. Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Check this out. We got a brand new Britchen for Clyde, because my other one was very cheaply made and then I broke it when we were packing the elk out because Rooster's breast collar got hooked to Clyde's Britchen and it snapped the little leather strap. But anyway, I got a brand new one from Reed Veit Saddlery. So he is making Reata a custom saddle for us, and I told him I needed a new Britchen, and here it is. So it's awesome. He really does a nice job. Like, it's got these nice rolled edges so they don't cut into your mule. It's got some sheep wool here, keep them nice and comfy. So that's gonna be awesome. So I'm really excited. So we'll get this fitted to Clyde. I gotta brush him off first, but we'll get this fitted to him and I'm gonna use this today. So that is gonna be great. This is way better than my old one, so perfect. sneezing. Look at your mane. Wow.
So what we like to do with these youngsters, we came to this exact same spot when we had Josie, but we start off with a spot that's going to be high likelihood of just being a nice, successful ride. So what we'll probably do is we'll ride up this little road bed you can see back here behind me, and go up that road bed, kind of circle around, go through some of these foothills, and then back to the trailer and done. Keep it simple, keep it fun and interesting for them. Don't wear her out physically or mentally, and call the first one a success. So that's the plan. Hopefully things go how we're picturing.
I'm curious how many people think Clyde is, well, he is really dirty all the time. But how many people realize that these are actually spots that he has? You really see him in the summertime, in the winter, with his dirty coat as well. But all of this brown right here, that's actually his coat coloring. He's almost like a flea-bitten, rony color in the summer. And then he's got a couple kind of distinct spots on his butt. Anyway, I just didn't know how well the camera picks those up and how many people knew that those were actually Clyde and not just dirt.
His color in the sale catalog, if we ever sold him, would be, what would you call him? A roan Appaloosa.
It would be a rusty,
Oh gosh.
rusty something, rusty marshmallow. That's his color. Lightly toasted rusty marshmallow. This is not him. This is mud. But he does have a lot of spots. Oh, buddy. See it? Mesa, look over here. Do you see it? Ready? Whoa. Hey, here it comes. Good job, baby. Good job. Okay, right, I'm gonna saddle you. Here we go. Mace's first ride. All right, Mace, you ready? Saddle pad's a little big for a short little baby back. What are you doing? Here. Hey, girl. Got my stirrup tied up because I've been putting the saddle on Rooster again now that his little elbow's healed pretty much all the way, and but I don't want it to, while he's trotting around without my foot in the stirrup while I'm working him on the ground, I don't want it to clang against his little elbow. That probably wouldn't feel very good. But everything's been this muddy and then frozen mess, and so my brown pen was like concrete. And anyway, so the other night I rode him out in the yard for just like a couple circles. That was his first ride back in like 2 months. He's only been ridden, that was twice in the last like 4 months because we've been traveling, and then his injury. And then the other night, same thing, my round pen was all concrete. So I was like, well, I guess we'll ride him out in the field. It's like the least slick out of all the slick options. So anyway, I rode Rooster out for the first time. Jason went and got the camera and filmed us just a little bit, but anyway, that was pretty awesome. So our first ride out of the round corral has been done, and here hopefully pretty soon we can bring him out. So got to take turns with these youngsters. So Mesa's turn today, but that'll be pretty fun when we can bring Rooster out. Alright, well, fine. I'm gonna throw a saddle at you, buddy. You're gonna stay asleep, okay? You're a little sleepy? Goodness. You look so fancy. It's gonna be awesome. So, if you guys don't ride mules, probably not super familiar with Britchens, but our mule friends here, thanks to their donkey dads, they don't have much for withers, and some mules are a little more horse-like. Like Clyde's kind of built like a horse. He's got a decent set of withers, and most of our mules actually do have a decent set of withers on them, but still, the saddle will tend to slide forward when you're going up and down steep hills. So it's really important you run a breast collar and then a Britchen or a crooper, which a crooper is going to go right up under their tail, and a Britchen is going to go around their butt, their whole entire hindquarter. So we like Britchens in really steep country, and everywhere around here is really steep, except for where we're riding today. We're going to ride just kind of down on the foothills, but this Britchen literally helps hold your saddle back from sliding too far up on their withers. So that's what that's for. If mules put their head down and start bucking and you don't have a strap back here, I've seen saddles just right over the top of their whole head, and they just basically step out of it, and it's pretty funny to witness. As long as everyone's okay, it's pretty funny. So
as long as it's not your saddle.
As long as it's not you or your mule in your saddle, it's pretty hilarious. So we're gonna get this set up for him though. We've about got it adjusted. I need to make a couple more little adjustments and then it'll be set. I ended up running both these just straight up to my one ring, because that's the way Reed intended there'd be two rings here. And these straps, without them being quite long enough, I couldn't get the rest of it adjusted quite right. This is on me. This was a horse saddle. It wasn't set up for a Britchen on a mule, so we'll have to get that fixed up, and then we'll be able to use it how it was intended. So this is awesome though. It's so nice. Like these big rolled edges here are going to be so comfy for Clyde. That's going to help when this Britchen's sitting against him. You know, it moves a little bit because as he takes a step back, it's going to be tight. And you want that to kind of hold the saddle back. When he steps forward, it's going to be loose on one side. So anyway, it's constantly pulling his saddle in the correct spot. And they can get kind of their hair worn off and even get a little raw if the Britchen ends up rubbing them. And this nice rolled edge is just going to be real nice and soft on his booty. So that's awesome. One cool little feature on Reed's Britchen here, this is the first time I've really messed around with one, is this whole strap is its own little system. So this buckle, I mean, it's really easy to undo your little buckle, adjust it, but you don't end up having a tail. But anyway, and then you don't end up having any sort of tail sticking out, flinging all over the place. Like these ones will have a little tail to them because there's just no other way to do it. But that's pretty cool. I like that. That's just nice and clean and neat. It's a good system. So when you're adjusting your Britchen, I like to have it, you want to have it where your mule's butt isn't straight up and down. You could see kind of the angle there of his little hindquarters right here. I want this strap to match that angle. So I don't want it to be like this because then it's going to rub and cut into him here. I don't want it like that because it's going to rub and cut into him here. So I want this strap to just match that angle of his butt, be nice and flat against there. That way it doesn't rub the top or the bottom of that strap. So we're getting that adjusted. We'll get it tightened up just a little bit on this side, and we'll be ready to go. Good boy, Mikey. Let's see, what hole are we in? Loosen this side up here.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, this is Mesa. She is going to be turning 2 this next spring, summer. She's draft cross. She is 5/8 Percheron, 3/8 quarter horse is what she is. I'm bad at math, so it's hard for me. But yeah, she's a draft cross baby. Her daddy was a full-blood Percheron, and her mom was also a quarter horse Percheron cross. And yeah, we've been working with her, doing groundwork. She had a nasty cut this summer, and so she couldn't have a halter on for a lot of the summer. So she just kind of stood around and healed up. But now that that's better, she is going to school. So we've been working with her at home. Alyssa's worked with her. She put the saddle on her. We have a video on that. And I've been just doing groundwork, just kind of familiarizing her with stuff. And today, she's gonna be packing around the little bareback pad up here in the mountains or foothills with us. So yeah, she's awesome. She had to be in a stall by herself for a while because she actually, not only did she have that face injury, but she broke her coffin bone prior to that, kicking a panel. It was a weird fluke, but she ended up being in a stall by herself for quite a while, and being a baby cooped up in a tiny little stall, she got a little spazzy, like mentally, for a while after that. But man, she is coming into her own. She's just chill, laid back now that she's in with the rest of the herd, and she has a really good mind. She comes from a outfitting family in western Wyoming, and they just breed mountain horses. They just pack camp, pack deer, and run around the mountains with them. So it's just perfect for us. So we want something level-headed, chill, big and strong, and that's what she's turning out to be. So we're excited to get her going. So this isn't ideal. Someone else just pulled in with some other horses, so that always gets them a little riled up. We'll see how this goes. Clyde feels good. Oh gosh, her belly has grown.
Clyde's had too.
That back cinch does not go to the same hole.
Rihanna.
It's good.
Pretty fat.
We're going into winter.
Yeah.
I like them thick.
Thick and fluffy.
Thick and fluffy. How's that feel?
Exercise. Take your dogs and your horses for a walk?
I know. We're kind of person over there.
Yeah.
Good girl. I actually have a special Britchen as well. My Britchen was made by our new friend Joe G. He's down there in Utah. I think he's 78 or 76 or something like that. And he, after our ride in the Wind Rivers with them, he just special made this Britchen for me and Reata because I was riding in a Crooper, and he's like, I think you need a good Britchen. So he handmade it for me and sent it to me in the mail. So it was pretty special. That's pretty cool. Good people in the mule world. Alright, this is Mesa's saddle for the day. Little bareback pad just so she can kind of have something around her little cinch girth and get used to packing something, feeling something on her back, and but at the same time not too much for her to handle. So she's wore this a bunch and she's always cool with it, but you never know, bonk, out in a new environment how they'll do. But she's got a good mind on her.
And we always talk about this, just not sneaking around your babies.
Yes.
We don't sneak around ours. We just make sure they get used to all the big motion and like the cinch bonking her in the knee and stuff like that. Like, not a big deal. But she's had that done a lot of times.
All right, should we bridle up and hit the hills?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is gonna be awesome. I'm excited. I haven't ponied a whole lot. I ponied coming out of the mountains in Wyoming off of Reata, but usually I'm packing a camera and Alyssa's doing the ponying, so this is kind of fun.
Well, we don't have a ton of time today because I was editing all this morning, but I got a really cool video done that's going to be over on Ty's channel, and it's about his colt starting clinic that he did this summer. So anyway, if you guys are curious, like, we use Ty's methods on starting colts a lot, and if you want to see that, how he starts his colts, and see what it looks like to go to a colt starting clinic, then head over to his channel, TS Mules, on YouTube here, and you can see his colt starting clinic. So it's really fun. It was a good time. All the colts did awesome. They rode outside for their third ride, and by the end of it, they were chasing cows and chasing the rope and dummy and doing all kinds of stuff. So it was pretty darn awesome. Don't worry, she'll just eat your tack until you're on, so that'll be distracting enough. She'll stand there. She's going for the stirrup. And they're off. Good job, Mace. Look at you. Such a big girl. You they're like the same size, her and Reata.
I'll be leading her, I'll be looking at her.
You will. Oh my gosh. That's what happens when you have a quarter horse mule and a draft cross over half draft filly.
That's funny.
Oh gosh.
All right, Mesa's first day. Here we go. Be safe and have fun.
I'm not gonna walk it quite as fast as the mules.
Hey, the good news is I'll probably be able to dunk with this right arm after this ride.
It was so stretched out. Yeah.
Going down Windmill.
What a nice day.
Perfect day for this.
Good job, Mace. Clyde walks really fast compared to those two, so I'm gonna have to do some serpentines.
I think what we should do is go up the road and then cross over by those rim rocks with the snow below them, and then just kind of circle around and come back. I like to get a little elevation, but not too much.
We've had quite a busy week. We were planning on taking Mesa out, I don't know, quite a few days ago. And then the weather got kind of bad for a few days, so I ended up remodeling one of the bedrooms in our house into an office for me. So been working on that project, and we ended up taking a road trip and going and looking at another property. The one in Burns, Oregon didn't end up working out because of the water rights. And so anyway, we found another property we were interested in, but it needs a lot of repairs, and so we've been trying to negotiate with the sellers on price, and we just haven't come to an agreement. I don't know if we will. There's just a lot of money worth of stuff that needs done for it to work for us, so we'll see. But we're gonna keep moving forward on that place, and if that doesn't work out, then I'm sure some other places will pop up in the spring, and that'll be awesome. But finally taking Mesa out. It's nice and sunny today. Perfect day for it. So got lots of work done this morning. We only have probably 2 hours left of daylight for the day, but we figured we might as well make the most of it and bring her out here. So she's just doing awesome. I think we probably could have put the little sawbuck pack saddle on her and she would have been totally fine, but this will be good. Next time maybe we'll saddle her up with that.
I think you're right. Which I figured would be the case, but still, this is just a good little quick win for her.
It's funny how they always start off like playing catch up, you know. They always start off walking really slow and then jogging, and then walking really slow and then jogging, and eventually they kind of figure out to just walk a little bit faster. Rooster did the same thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Josie.
Yeah, definitely remember that.
You're pretty cute, Mesa.
She is cute.
We kind of think about taking these babies out like you would taking kids out like camping for the first time. You want them to have fun. You don't want to go too long, or if you're taking kids out maybe hiking, It's like you don't really want them to get cold or hungry or anything. You want it to be a little bit challenging, but not so much that they don't ever want to go again. And we feel the same way with our Colts. So we just like to take them out here in the foothills on nice days. Go just a little ways to the point where it's been long enough that they, you know, got some exercise in and have kind of fallen into the groove of things, but not so far that they're really tired and sore for a while afterwards. So just make it a nice positive experience so that they don't dread going out. I think Mesa's having fun so far. She's like sniffing the sage and exploring, and it's funny. What is this? I don't know if she's ever seen sagebrush before.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, don't have any in our pasture. Go on, girly. Good girl. She's gonna learn about cactus. There's quite a bit out here. Good girl. Even though Mesa is only a year and a half, we do like to put little tiny lightweight saddles. So we have a little sawbuck pack saddle, and that thing is super lightweight, and get them all used to that. That way when they turn 3, 3.5, 4, depending on how we feel about them, then they've already experienced being saddled, they've experienced being ponied out in the mountains, they've experienced deer and elk and all kinds of stuff. They've traveled with us, they've ridden in the trailer. Like, the only new thing at that point is the rider on their back. So we like to give them a lot of experience before we ever climb on if we can. And I think that just helps them a lot transition into it and make it so it's really just not a big deal. This spring we plan on ponying her and Josie and Rooster out quite a bit. We'll probably pack Taz some too. And once Taz is going better one-handed, then he can start ponying Colts off of him. But right now Taz needs 2 hands to ride, so he's not ready to do that yet.
Just go through this tall stage and then start hooking back.
That sounds good. Yeah, kind of get her used to going through that brush and it rubbing on her belly and stuff. See if we can spook out any jackrabbits. They always like to wait till your mule's about ready to step on them and then squirt out right underneath their feet. Don't jump it, Bob. Good boy. That's bitter brush me, so you don't want to eat that. Don't get so close to her, Clyde. Good boy. She's breathing kind of hard.
She seems like she's having fun though.
She is having fun.
Like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this?
I wasn't filming, but I came trotting up and she's like, woohoo! If you're trotting, I'm trotting. Don't you kick at us. Yeah, she's definitely having fun. She has a lot more energy than like Josie. Josie's like, I'm only gonna do as much effort as I'm required to do. Mesa's like, she actually has some spunk to her, which I like. Oh, she's gonna try to bite Reata. She's gonna start being sassy. Oh. Naughty. I feel like they all go through that stage.
Well, that was absolutely perfect. Just a nice short little ride. Mesa worked up a little bit of a sweat. She ponied actually pretty well. She was kind of pulling on me, but it was nice to have Alyssa back there. She could kind of bump her forward, help Mesa find that spot where there's slack, kind of the sweet spot where she should be ponying. So that was just a perfect little ride, probably about 45 minutes, and huge success. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe if you want to watch more horse videos in the mountains. We appreciate you guys.